welcome back. Today I am making a vegan appetizer that is perfect for Thanksgiving. Cranberry and cashew cheese crostini. This recipe uses a homemade cranberry sauce, so if you want, you could double or triple up the cranberry sauce and use the rest for Thanksgiving dinner. You know, feed two birds with one seed. Personally, I think appetizers are super important for Thanksgiving because they keep everyone happy while they're waiting for dinner, including me. Keeps me happy while I'm cooking. As usual, the recipe is linked in the description below if you want to follow along. So the first thing we're gonna do is make that cranberry sauce. I'm gonna start by dicing 1.5 cups of onion and mincing 2 cloves of garlic. Then I'm gonna melt 3 tablespoons of vegan butter in a large saute pan over medium heat. And I'm gonna add my onion and let it cook for about 15 minutes, stirring every so often. After about 15 minutes, the onion should be turning just a little bit brown. At that point, I wanna add my garlic and let it cook for another 5 minutes. If your cranberry sauce starts getting too dry at any point, you can add a splash of water to keep it from drying out. Now I'm gonna turn the heat down to medium-low and I'll just give it a few minutes for the pan to cool off. If you don't let it cool, your cranberry juice might evaporate as soon as it hits the pan. So once it's cooled, then I'm gonna add 3/8 of a cup, or that's also 6 tablespoons, each of cranberry juice and brown sugar. Make sure you're using pure cranberry juice here and not cranberry juice cocktail. So I'm just going to stir that up a bit until the sugar is dissolved. Now I'm going to add 3/4 of a teaspoon of red wine vinegar and 1 1/4 cups of fresh cranberries. I'll turn the heat back to medium just until the juices start to boil, and then I'll turn it down to simmer for about 15 minutes. The cranberries should start getting soft before the 15 minutes is up. At that point, I'm going to use my potato masher to mash them up. I want to end up with a jelly-like consistency for my cranberry sauce, so if it's too thick, I'll add some water. If it's too thin, I'll let it cook a little bit longer. Keep in mind though that it will thicken up as it cools, so don't overcook it. The cranberry sauce is almost done. I'm just going to add 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon and 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, mix it up, and then set it aside. Now let's get to the crostini making. I just have a regular baguette here and I am going to slice it diagonally. Anywhere from 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch thick is perfect for crostini. Now I'm going to spray the slices on both sides with olive oil and then place them in a single layer on a baking sheet. I'll put them under the low broiler for 2 minutes and then turn them over and broil the other side for another 2 minutes. All that's left to do now is the assembly. So I am gonna take some cashew cheese. I have Miyoko's cream cheese here. You can also use tree-line cashew cheese. That's a really good one if you want to use that. So I will spread some cashew cheese on top and then top that with a spoonful of cranberry sauce. Now at this point, if you want to put some fresh parsley or thyme on top, you can do that. I like walnuts on mine, so I'm going to use those. And we are done. I love this contrast between the creamy cashew cheese and the acidity of the cranberry sauce. It all just goes together so perfectly. Well, that is all for this video and for my Thanksgiving series, but if you're still looking for more Thanksgiving recipes, I have a ton of them on my website. I will put a link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving if you're celebrating it, and I'll see you next time.